What a lot of pretty women will tell you is that their looks doesn't keep a guy. It just doesn't. The problem is that you get results from that, but the guys get turned off and move on after a month or two. And so what qualities, instead of just the superficial, should you develop that would tell a guy, oh my God, this person is a high value woman, I want to stay with her. In other words, what makes a woman the most attractive? Let me show you what these things are. And by the way, people, we just finished editing, not editing, but created a video for the first course. People, I know I'm taking a long time with this. It's crazy, bro. But I should be posting it by tomorrow, okay? So if you purchase that course by tomorrow, you know what, fuck it, right? Let's upload it by tonight, man. Because I just being lazy. I don't know why, what the hell's going on. But yeah, after we post that video, we're gonna post another one in about 2 weeks, okay? We're gonna release the course and release videos on a 2-week period until it's done, okay? All right, so the first one is this, okay? Is having good conflict management. Let me tell you something. I was looking into the research the other day about what kills sex in couples. And it is not that they let themselves go, it's that you don't even want them to touch you. When you stay in a difficult situation, or when you're the type of person that when there's conflict, you don't know how to lower your voice, it gets too destructive. He might find you attractive, but if you keep doing that, he's gonna find you so repulsive to the point that he may not even want you to touch him, okay? And that happens as a push response, right? Humans, when we feel pressured, right, times that happens in conflict, people have two ways of responding. They either have a pull response, when things are getting bad, when there's conflict, rather than giving space, you feel compelled to get closer, right? And the anxious people want physical touch. But the avoidant people, a lot of times, have a push response to you touching them, right? And so resentment does that. Resentment causes men a lot of the times to not want to have sex with you. There's something about it that they don't like it anymore. And usually it's just resentment. A lot of the times it's resentment. You guys are not talking about things the right way. I found men will find a woman most attractive if she knows how to manage conflict. Not because the management of the conflict, but because one, it does say something about your character, but also what happens is that it relaxes them around you. They'll want you to touch them, right? Conflict should bring you guys closer together, right? And so that's a big one. Like, that's why if you're attractive, I've met a lot of attractive women that were kind of crazy. I'm crazy too, right? But that, it's just no matter how good looking they were, anytime there was an argument, they either yelled, they got toxic, or they started playing games, you know? And how could you have a good relationship with somebody like that? Conflict management, and that's something that I'm actually working on. Like me, for example, I notice if you do something to me and I don't like it, sometimes I don't tell you, but I'll resent it and I'll act on it, right? And these are habits that we all have, that when there's conflict, we either get too needy or become distant. And so you have to find out, what is my response? Is my normal response a push response or a pull response, right? And if you want to practice this to become more attractive, to be honest with you, you want to practice the opposite of what your natural response is, to pull away, get a little closer and let them know, hey man, like, I feel anxious. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to talk to you right now, but I still want to work things out. You know, you kind of let them know, hey, look, I'm not happy here, but I want to work on it, right? And again, that just says character. That says character, because you'd be surprised how many few people do that, right? The next thing is that you're willing to walk away. And it's not about manipulation, which, you know, this channel does, but it's more about preserving your self-esteem. You gotta preserve. Your self-esteem is one of the most important things that you can possess. And your self-esteem is something that can be ruined with a negative relationship, which to a good person might see you and they might sense anxiety. It might push them away, right? So walking away, man, I believe people use walking away the wrong way. It's to preserve your sanity, to preserve your value, to preserve your belief in people, right? Because a lot of times if we use walking away as a strategy, that's just a coping mechanism. You're not really attracted to them, you're just avoiding pain, right? And the last thing is a woman who's able to relax. That's, to me, very important. Relaxing means that when he sees you, you are able to calm him down. And that is done, the first way it's done is that you make sure that you're not performing, okay? You gotta be relaxed, you gotta be at ease with yourself, right? Because what happens is that when you're relaxed, there's something called countertransference, where if you're relaxed, he'll get relaxed. And most men don't know they need that. That's the thing. They don't know they need to relax, because a lot of guys don't understand how, especially if you're single most of your life, they don't understand how taxing the chase is, right? And so this is where you come into place. What type of person? The type of person that doesn't know that every time there's a conflict, you escalate it. Can you sense when he needs a back rub? Can you sense when he just needs to just sleep and just relax? Can you sense when he needs distance? Right? Having that capacity to sense these things doesn't come from you being telepathic. It comes from you asking and trying to understanding what makes them unique. Just say, hey, tell me what days do you like to be alone? What are the signs that you need distance? And what happens is that being able to observe those things is extremely seductive. When you know that somebody knows that you're upset and that you need distance, but you don't tell them that, but as a guy, you can't replace that. And the way that you do that is through asking. And you develop that. I'm telling you, if you're anxious, you can't do this. You gotta work on your anxieties. And the way that I always tell people, one, if you have any addictions, cut them off, because addictions, even smoking, increases the anxiety, right? So that's, and having a spiritual practice. So that means meditating or praying, right? And the last one is not being alone. Throwing away your whole life once you find a relationship, right? So you gotta cultivate friendships outside of your relationship. You have to. You can't put the burden on one person. That's just how it is. Even if they want to, they also want some space to be able to breathe. Right? So remember, walking away, a woman who can relax them, and the way you relax them, like I said, is through touches. Always remember, the motherly way of seducing is through relaxation, right? And the last one, let me just make sure, people. I always have my notes right here. And conflict management. I swear to God, I feel like that's the most important thing. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Pre-order my course, The Commitment Formula. I'm gonna put myself, by tomorrow, I am uploading it, people. Okay, but Father Alex has been procrastinating, so we got to upload those videos, man. We're done. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.